right, gang, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Loud Wire Sports Media. This is your Sunday Stroll edition. All right, so I have a very particular video that I want to jump into because with all the narratives surrounding the Indiana Fever and the things that we have seen started the season up to now, that trying to make the Indiana Fever fan base look racist, trying to make them look like bad people, that they don't like certain players. When they come there, they heckle them or whatever. But the disdain for certain players is actually is warranted. Angel Reese, DJ Carrington, Natasha Cloud. Now, even though Natasha Cloud was on her quote unquote best behavior playing the game, even though she fouled up Caitlin Clark and we didn't get no calls on it, but the game was not chippy. It was pretty hard fought game. It went either way, up and down, whatever the case might be. Now, do y'all remember last year when after the New York Liberty won the WNBA title, Jaco Jones was on the pivot with Ryan Clark, and we all know Ryan Clark, who is a known race baiter, trying to find everything. As soon as somebody says something about somebody black, and their character or their game, he comes out to try and defend them. We seen it last week with the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark situation when Caitlin Clark gave her a hard foul. Angel Reese flopped out of bounds. Caitlin Clark got a fake on a foul on it, and everybody thought that, oh well, here we go. Then we seen Thursday night when Caitlin Clark and Ryan Howard got into it, and you had a lady on sideline talk about, oh, you in Atlanta, but nevertheless, you know what it is. So it's like they're trying to make the fan base such bad place to where trying to make people don't want to come to play there. And then they say they say, well, Angel Reese should never want to play in Indiana. Angel Reese never came out and said that anybody did anything to her, let alone the coach. Her coach even said something. So, but nonetheless, I'm going to come back to all of that. I want to share something with you. Jaco Jones made a very important statement, bold statement after the game. But I want to take you back to last year when she was on the pivot, and this is what she had to say.
Speaking of relationships, Alyssa Thomas, one of the best hoopers in all of the WNBA, does absolutely everything. During the playoffs, she spoke out and condemned racism. They're playing, and obviously the Fever fans were being the Fever fans.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she was willing, in front of the press and the media, to condemn racism. And she said, and now it's on the officials. I've told you what it is. Have you ever had any encounters with things like that since you've been in the WNBA?
No, never. I don't know. I feel like I think a lot of the fans, like the Caitlin Clark fans, I think they wanted to latch on to Caitlin Clark and then use her as, like, I guess, like this fuel to be able to be the way that they wanted to be, And I think that's why there was such big backlash when she liked the whole Taylor Swift post saying, like, vote for Kamala Harris, because they want her to be the representation of their racism and like their view on the world, and she's not like that. And I think you have to be careful when you say like the Fever fans, because I don't think it's the Fever fans. I think it's the people that wanted Caitlin Clark to be a certain type of way, and they thought that she was, and so they became Caitlin Clark fans, assuming that, and then they realized like, oh no, she's actually not racist. And so now they have to kind of like backtrack and try to find somebody else that can kind of embody the things that they feel. But yeah, no player should have to deal with that. No player should be in any type of situation where they feel like, their life is in danger, or that someone wants to harm them because of the color of their skin, or harm them in general. So it's crazy that they had to deal with that. And I hope that the WNBA gets it in order and make sure that they have like things in place, because no one wants to play in a situation like that. I don't think it's fair to the players.
All right, so y'all heard and listened to that, right? And the first thing she said, she told Ryan Clark, you need to be careful when you say the Fever fans, because we already know that Ryan Clark, he loves to race bait. We seen what Alyssa Thomas did. Now, Alyssa Thomas came out this year because her better half is playing in Indiana, and she broke, moved up third all time scoring. Now, Alyssa Thomas did say, "Hey, I wish I was there." Now, if Indiana was such bad place to play or come, why would you want to be there? To support your mate. You know, Maybe you wanted to come and see the experience for yourself to see how bad it is. People try to make Indiana such a bad place because there are a lot of people that's online that true fans of Caitlin Clark, true fans of the Indiana Fever. It all goes in hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? But as a basketball person as myself that loves sports, yeah, I love Caitlin Clark, but and I love this team. Part of it, it all comes together. I don't care if Caitlin Clark was playing for the Chicago Sky. I don't care if the Caitlin Clark was playing for the Washington Mystics. I don't care if she was playing for the Phoenix Mercury. I would be covering that team because I love the player. Same thing with Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan played for the Bulls, I was a diehard Bulls fan. When he went to the Wizards, I supported him. Same thing in today's game. Certain players, I was a huge Zach LaVine fan. He was in Minnesota. He came to the Bulls. I'm still a Bulls fan no matter what, how they look. But the thing about it is, people want to throw out these narratives trying to make the Indiana Fever such a bad place. They, with the thing that happened with Angel Reese a week ago, they even tried to insinuate that hey, the WNBA needs to step in to move the All Star game. That's how bad it is. They want to do everything to tear down the Indianapolis Fever and the city of Indianapolis all because of Caitlin Clark. And it shouldn't be that way. And we have such a weak commissioner in the league. You already see that she sides with, she already had a New York dress on at the end of the finals to celebrate the Liberty. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's from New York. Who knows? They screwed over Minnesota. We've seen stuff today, but again, back to the topic. Jaco Jones came up with a bold statement tonight, and I couldn't be any prouder of what she had to say. Take a look.
Be ready when you come in. When you come in here, Indiana has such great fans and their culture. So we knew it was going to be a tough one. We knew it was going to be a fight, and for their team to be a new team, they're doing really well and they're playing really well together. So we expected it.
So Indiana has great fans and culture. Sabrina Wisniewski was out there signing autographs. Didn't see anybody did anything to her. Nobody seen her did anything to Jaco Jones. But let the others say, let the others tell it. Let the others tell it that, hey, that Indiana is a bad place to play and everything like that. We've seen the game today. We've seen how excited it was. We've seen how competitive it was. There's two teams early in the season. This could be a finals preview. But when people try to stick with the same age old narrative and try to make sure that you continue to spew hate and jealousy, and when you got people like Ryan Clark, when you got people like Cheryl Swoops, when you got people like Ellen Duncan, when you got people like Shanae Umake, all of these people out here spraying these lies and these false narratives, it messes up the game of they messes up the game of basketball for the WNBA because you can't have during really great games. You know, there's going to be hard fouls. Caitlin put a hard foul on Coffee today. Guess what? Nothing. It was a hard foul. She didn't even get a flagrant foul because it wasn't nothing there. It just some of these things that people just look for just to continue to have bad narrative or bad takes at all. And it shouldn't even be that way. And I'm glad that Jaco Jones did come out and say what she had to say because that lets people know that hey, the city of Indianapolis back. DeWanna Bonner is there. They already was attacking DeWanna Bonner and um um Natasha Howard. Chicago Sky fans was doing this after they lost, after they got their butts waxed against the Indiana Fever. They came out attacking them. They come out there attacking Kelsey Mitchell. Anybody that plays that's black on this team, they want to attack because they can't get what they want in their little fake narrative. We already know what a sports town Indianapolis is. So at the end of the day, when you have people come there and play, and I'm sure, you know, I'm sure that at the end of the day, they was looking for something bad, a bad narrative. They was looking for it. Even the TV announcers, for CBS was talking crazy. But I'm glad that she was able to come out and say what she needed to say, because I want to see how people react to Jaco Jones when she said that, hey, Fever fans have the best fans and the best fans and culture. Period. So at the end of the day, what you gonna do? You already see Ryan Howard trying to get her name in headlights. That didn't work. Angel Reese can't even. She don't even know night for day. She worrying about. She need to be worrying about her team. Tyler Marsh came on and say they didn't hear nothing at the game. But guess what? That same sound I heard at the Dallas Wings Atlanta game when Atlanta played at the little rinky dink thing arena. But guess what? The same sound was in the arena. Nobody said nothing. But see, the WNBA commissioner, they all taking so long with their investigation because they know. And now they can't ignore that sound because that sound was playing twice. It was played twice in the Dallas Wings game. And I heard it. Same sound that was in there. And they was talking about somebody was calling Angel Reese these names. If that's the case, Jaco Jones would have got on national TV and say something about it. Matter of fact, as much as a race beta is Natasha Cloud, she would have said something. But see, Sandy Bardello, the coach for the Liberty, is a class coach. She's class. She's not classless like some of these coaches in the league. You know what I'm saying? And she holds her team to a certain standard. And I bet you one thing, she's not gonna allow Natasha Cloud to go out there and race bait. She'll play the game, but she's not gonna race bait because you don't see it. You playing with Stewie and you playing with Sabrina Nescu. So if you come out there and say something negative, right then and there, that's gonna get shut down. See, if Natasha Cloud was over there in Phoenix, or she would have played it up. Then she's talking about, oh, I want to come to a well-oiled machine. I mean, it's what it is. But like I said before, Jaco Jones, shout out to you on that one because now it just goes to show you how these people operate all the way around and trying to race bait and try to make like the Indiana Fever and the Indiana Fever fans are racist when it's not. It's just a huge sports town. Yeah, you got Caitlin Clark fans that came follow her from Iowa. We all watched her in Iowa and came over to the W. Some of us been WNBA fans. Some of us watched it, got away from it, and just got back into it, such as myself. But I've been watching the WNBA for years, on and off. So, and I never seen it that bad until now. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the All Star game is not going to get moved. It's going to be interesting to see who gets selected to play because these people want to play. I guarantee you, if the All Star game becomes a success and these players play and while out the antics, they're going to be welcome and loved. All they got to do is go out there and autograph and connect with the fans and let the fans see that they're human. That's it. If you go, regardless of what team you play for, if you go out there and sign autographs with out there with Fever fans, look, there was Fever. Let me tell you, there was Fever fans out there in Atlanta, and no, when BG doing was in Indianapolis, Indiana. Did nothing happen. They was signing autograph to Fever fans. Same thing what Sabrina Ionescu was doing. So where are they getting all of this narrative for that the fans is racist? Because if that's the case, BG or Ryan Howard wouldn't have been even signing autographs in that stadium. You gotta stop it, man. We gotta do better. Point blank, period. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. This Live Wire Sports Media, your Sunday stroll. Until the next time, you know what it is. Because if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.